your teachers, or otherwise it's going to get worse. Teachers nationwide are quitting their jobs at an alarming rate. Florida's Lee County School District is dealing with a major shortage, with several teachers quitting after feeling undervalued and facing a lack of discipline among students. One former educator of 30 years left teaching to open her own business. Joining us now is former Lee County public school teacher Stacey Sawyer. Stacey, congratulations on your new business. Thank you for being with us. But I got to ask you about the profession you left. We're reporting on education all the time on this show. We see grades disappearing, students not being required to attend classes. We see parents losing trust in schools because they're left in the dark. It seems to me it would be very hard to want to be, apart from pay, be very hard to want to be a teacher in an environment that's built like that, Stacey.
Yes, there's been the change especially since the pandemic. The behavior issues have gotten out of control from a lot of things. This causes, there's no subs for teachers, so they're having to work during their planning and take over other classes. Those classes are getting inundated with more and more students. The district just puts more work onto the teachers, and there is no extra pay. And I think that teachers are they're tired. There is nothing, teacher tired is a whole different ball game, and it's just, they've had enough.
Stacey, how do you think that situation changes? Obviously, it's really important to have great teachers in this country to bring great students through the whole system. You've got the teachers' unions on one hand. Do you think that they're representing the teachers' interests properly and not, putting the teachers ahead of, say, the kids' interests? I mean, there's a lot going on right now in education that feels upside down. It doesn't feel like this situation's getting better.
If the teachers need extra pay, because otherwise it just seems like they're doing it all for nothing. They keep getting extra put on top of them. Do this, work an extra hour after school, work during your weekends, and add more to it. And so the pay is not worth it anymore to some of these teachers. They feel like they're being taken advantage of, and they are. And that's, if you want to keep your teachers, especially your veteran teachers are going to be the ones that help you and that help the younger teachers. And, they need to be paid. And those younger teachers need to see that, hey, when as the longer that I stay in the profession, I'm going to get paid more.
Stacey, I want to ask you about, the student test scores, because they're not great. They're actually moving in the wrong direction. We're seeing some multi-decade lows when it comes to student test scores. And when I speak to educators, they tell me that there's increasing pressure to correct that, as there should be. But there are some troubling trends emerging across the country that I wonder if they're outside of the classroom. For example, chronic absenteeism across the country is on the rise. That's generally defined as missing 10% or more of school days. And we're seeing a troubling number of students chronically absent from the classroom since the pandemic. I want to get your thoughts on that trend, why we're seeing that trend, and what teachers can do about that, if anything.
We are seeing our students being pushed along. So I've had students that have missed 70 some days of school, and they still got pushed along. They were given a test at the end of the year and even given help on that test, and they pass the test and they move them along. And so I'm not sure that if the teachers can do anything about it. We try, we make phone calls, we try to get them into school. We're doing the best that we can, but we need parents' help also. Parents need to make sure that they're getting their kids to school, and they're not.
Stacey, we're out of time, but great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us.